the kindness that you're giving to yourself, because that is important. Hate is very free to roam around. We have seen it all around the world that if you use hate and fear, it spreads like a wildfire. I'm not sellable. Why would anybody want to work with me? It's just common sense. Back then, I didn't understand that. Today, I understand it. Never I would get disheartened. Like, as I told you, like nobody likes being rejected. It is just basic human nature. My father has gone through 10,000 times more, pain and suffering and rejections than I have. But he told me that, and he's also gone through all of this.
Yes.
And he has become such a big star today by his own, with his own charisma and own fights. So he told me, no matter what the world tells you, never stop believing in who you are. You fight them back. Shah Rukh Bhai has done that for me. And Abhishek Bachchan has done it. John Abraham has done it. Arjun Rampal have done it. Because I all worked with dad.
Yes.
So I have been very fortunate to meet these amazing people. And whenever I met them, they've always guided me to do something better in life.
This is Nawaz Kochra joining you on screen, and I am in conversation with somebody really special today. So recently, a show that released on Netflix India, Khaki the Bengal chapter, had a song called Ek Aur Rang Bhi Dekhiye Bengal Ka. Well, ye Bengal ka wo rang hai who has been explored now, and oh my god, there are so many shades to this one that I cannot wait to dive into this journey, dive into this amazing conversation. A journey full of hits and misses, a journey full of ups and downs, but a journey full of strong resilience. Welcoming amongst us, Mimoh Chakraborty.
Thank you, thank you.
So, I want to begin asking you this, ye Mahakshay se Mimoh ka journey kya hai? How did you get the name Mimoh?
Well, actually, Mimoh is my pet name.
Okay.
And Mahakshay is my birth name.
Yeah.
Mahakshay means in Sanskrit, it's the immortal. मतलब जो कभी मरता नहीं है.
Okay.
So dad and mom have been very particular about our names. So जैसे मैं हूँ महाक्षय, मेरा भाई is Ushmai, then Namushi, and then Dishani.
Okay.
हम चारों के नेम डैड ने ऐसे रखे.
Wow.
So Mimoh has always been my pet name, and dad चाहते थे जो MIMOH है, it's a story behind it. MI comes from Michael Jackson, and MOH comes from Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
Yeah. So Mimoh is like a fusion of both. He's always been a big admirer of both of them. So he wanted कि मेरा जो pet name हो, nickname हो, वो ऐसा हो.
And घर का बड़ा बेटा, first child, so it also organically happened.
Exactly. And जैसे for the movies and for entertainment, Mimoh is short and quick to and easy to grasp.
Right.
महाक्षय का क्या होता है? कभी कभार it's महाअक्षय, कभी it's महाक्षय. So let's stick to Mimoh.
Wow. Also, Mimoh, I want to know, how was childhood like, for you growing up in a film family, seeing both your parents in this profession, and Mithun sir, oh my god, what a legacy he has.
Absolutely.
So what was childhood like at home?
See, childhood, I think until my teenage years, I used to hardly see dad, because dad तो तब की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, तब तो 6 शिफ्ट होते थे. Like there was not like, in fact, the concept of vanity vans, I think dad लेके आए थे, because he had this DCM Toyota van, he made it into a house on wheels, like a caravan.
Okay.
Yeah. So because he would go from one set to another, तो उनके पास time नहीं मिलता था to go there, get ready. So he would start getting ready in the car, in the van for the next set. So while growing up, dad was super duper busy in work, and so whenever he used to be home, we were very scared of him.
Okay.
Very, very scared, yeah. Because dad has this very intimidating factor. आज भी अगर आप मिलो उनसे, his aura is so strong that people tend to sit upright and think before they speak. But today, of course, dad and me, we all have become very good friends. But yes, while growing up, we would hardly see dad. When we shifted to Uti, tab, of course, dad ke saath interactions aur bade. And then in the teenage years, it became more, and now we have become friends, as they say.
Wow.
Yeah.
But mom was always around?
Mom was always around. Mom was always around. And mom, like dad's and mom's teachings are the reasons that we are here today, And because I would see dad in the night, and he would be busy 24/7, 365 days a year. Very, very rarely would I see him at home. He would there would be producers coming in for story narrations, or there would be Sinta meetings, or there would be Mazdoor Union meetings, or he would be at the shoot. So बहुत कम I would see him. But as you said, mom was there. So yeah.
But दोनों में strict कौन था ज़्यादा?
Dad.
Okay.
It's not about even being strict. आज जब मैं सोचता हूँ उसके बारे में, Dad has always been a very practical, honest person.
Okay.
You know, he's like, ये चीज़ गलत है तो गलत है, ये चीज़ सही है तो सही है. Because you know he has come up the hard way. He knows more about life than I ever will. So his teachings back then were like whatever he used to say, we would get scared. कि यार, why is Dad telling us this? But today we understand that whatever he told was absolutely right. So his ideals have always been true to himself.
Oh, wow. Also, y'all were always like exposed to this glamorous life as kids also.
Always. Because बचपन से we would be you know in front of the cameras and everything. Because Dad की जब shoots पे हम लोग जाते थे, we knew that this is a light and this is a camera and you know there's a clapboard and you know and people would use for the sound and everything we knew.
Okay.
So we were very familiar with what shooting is. But बहुत फर्क होता है कि when you actually start shooting, you know, you become very nervous on the first day. But we always knew the concept के films क्या होती थी. तब तो reels होते थे. You know, you would hear the sound of the reel when camera would play. So yes, we have always been very familiar with everything.
But what was the fascination like, you know, about this life?
See, it was about the love. I think more than the fascination, I think it was the love for cinema. Because as you mentioned that we have grown up in a family, my mom's been an actress for so many years. My dad is still acting. So we have always been around movies, around entertainment, you know, whether it's television, whether it is web now, whether it's cinema. It's always been the love of being a part of it. Pehle kya tha? Pehle I wanted to be a director. I still have that itch of being a director, but it's too soon for that. So I always was attracted towards this line. My brother, my younger brother, Mimoh Chakraborty, he is in Los Angeles. He works in Warner Brothers. He's also writing scripts. He's done many short films. Namoshi has done his debut already. He's coming now in Delhi Files. My sister, she's also into acting. She did a short film in LA which won many awards. So we have always been very much in love with the concept of entertainment. So that's a byproduct, I guess. You know, you see it so much and then you fall in love with it. Yeah.
But who was the most pampered child? वो होता है ना घर का पहला बेटा, so बहुत pampered. Was that the case with you?
नहीं. I think that today, me and my siblings, I think this is all thanks to mom and dad. अगर हम लोग बात भी करें, हम लोग के बीच में, believe it or not, कभी favoritism की बात ही नहीं हुई. कि यार मुझे लगता है कि you are more favorite. मुझे लगता है वो. In fact, amongst us all, we all love our sister the most.
Okay.
Yeah, she we all pamper her the most. So I think that is the right way to put it because she's the youngest. So mom, dad, me, Remo, Namoshi, we all pamper her the most. She's our darling.
Wow. Also, you know, while researching, I read somewhere that you started speaking very late as a child.
Yes.
You were 5 years old when you...
4.5, 5.
Yeah. And the first word you said was Mithun.
Yes.
I want to know that story.
जैसे आपने कहा, you know, it was very difficult for me to grasp on words. Although I know Mithun is a difficult word for a boy who can't speak, but then the syllables started making sense for me. Like my mom and dad were very worried whether, you know, I could ever speak. So the doctor said to mom, give him breakdown of words, whether it is ma, whether it is mama ka or me. So then because of ma, mama, me, so all of those things started adding up, and then the first word which sounded like a word was Mithun.
Okay.
Yeah. So then mom and dad became very emotional about it. Okay, chalo, first word jo usne kaha is Mithun. So dad stuck to it. Like today, as I'm addressing him, it's, you know, dad, it's father. But when I talk to him, automatically Mithun comes up.
Yes. That is what everybody at home calls him Mithun only.
Yes. Me and all my siblings.
Wow.
Yeah. It's by default. We're not doing it out of anything else. It's just default से हम लोग उनको वैसे ही address करते हैं.
But the speech delay was not something serious. Like it wasn't.
No. Okay. But back then they thought it was very serious, of course. But then luckily it turned out to be good, you know. वैसा. Yeah.
Interesting. And you know, like you said, you always wanted to come into this profession. What was the first brush? Like, what was it? Do you remember that first moment where you realized, okay, you know, I want to get here. I want to get into this.
In fact, there's a story behind. It's like a kind of a mixed bag, not even mixed bag, mixed story. The thing is, as I told you, I wanted to be a director, but also I've been very fascinated with space, you know, astronomy and space. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, yes, I used to make short movies with the video camera back in the day with my siblings. हम लोग room में बैठे हम लोग फिल्में बनाते थे. So I used to direct them.
Okay.
And they used to act just for fun, you know, home videos जैसे कहते हैं. But then I was always in the fascination of going to NASA, you know, learning about astrophysics and everything. But as destiny had it, Kauna Pyare got released. Hrithik Roshan, and we all knew what happened with the mania of Hrithik Roshan. फिर उसके बाद क्या हो गया था, like all like star kids, like especially star sons and daughters, उनका एक लाइनअप, एक ट्रेंड शुरू हो गया था कि they're gonna get introduced one by one. So उसमें मुझे भी ऑफर आया. Like I was 16 years old when I got the offer. Again, very young, doesn't know jack about anything. I just know कि yes, मुझे एक ऑफर आया है. Dad को कॉल आया था.
And that was not Jimmy. That Jimmy was later.
Yeah, Jimmy was way later. I just got a call. Like my dad got the call saying that would Mimoh be interested. Then dad, he didn't even think. He said he's too young. He's just 16 years old. Let us give him a couple of years. And then he spoke to me. Mimoh, would you be interested? I'm like, I'm a kid. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. You know, like that. You know how kids react. But then I started working on myself, whether it is about, you know, martial arts, bodybuilding, horse riding. Back then, those things mattered, you know.
Yes.
So before the acting thing. तो वो सब करते करते then थोड़ा सा वो चस्का आने लगा. But I think what your question was, कि when I felt, that was when I went to NIFA, New York Film Academy. So me and my father had gone. He had taken me for a 4 weeks acting workshop over there in LA. तो वहाँ पर क्या है, so the students, because it's a university, so directors, script writers, editors, they all work together. So we were the actors bunch. So the directors were picking us up for short films, 1 minute, 2 minute films and all. So now they picked me as one of the crazy inmates of a asylum. Yeah, and I just had one shot, just पे camera just passes through me and goes to the main character of the story. So I just had to act like crazy and all everything. And when the camera passed through me and when the shot became okay, I just knew that, wow, this is what I want to do. Like, you know, that realization, कि यार, this is actually what I want to do, be an actor. That's when that came.
Like, with that love at first sight with the profession happened that time.
Like, I still remember, I just had this crazy phase and then the camera just comes very close and just passes through me and goes there. And with the same kind of a light was there and just passes through me, and the director said cut. I was just by myself for like a minute or two. I'm like, now I know this is what I want to do. Yeah.
But you know, as a teenage is a, you know, age where we ourselves are exploring
Absolutely
our personalities and all of that. What was that personality like, you know, of the teenage Mimoh, then the Mimoh who became an adult? What was Mimoh's headspace that time?
Mimoh's headspace was, I was very, I think, very focused, very driven, because at a very young age, I was given a career to choose.
Okay.
You know, I think that's the right way to put it. Like as teenagers, of course, we are very confused sometimes, you know. We want everything and nothing at once.
True.
You know, because there's so many hormonal changes happening. You're seeing life from a different perspective. So you don't know what is right and wrong. But I was very fortunate to know that there is a direction which I need to go to.
Okay.
So, जैसे आपको मैंने कहा, like I was 16 when I was offered my first film. So I knew that, okay, maybe not at 18, maybe not at 20, but eventually I'm going to be an actor. So एक sense of purpose मुझे बहुत जल्दी मिल गया था, which is, I think, a very good sign for a teenager, because we tend to, you know, get confused and flock here and there. But then I was fortunate to know that चलो ठीक है, अभी बाकी I started getting a lot of offers even when I turned 18. In fact, before going to NIFA, I was getting many offers from many big directors and producers and everyone. But again, Dad said, you know, hold your horses, let him come back, let him understand at least the A of acting, you know. So that is when I knew, okay, yes, chalo, I'm in LA, but when I go back to Mumbai, I need to do this. Then I came back, I did Roshan Taneja sir's acting course, you know, I did that. Then I went to Chennai, I did Indian classical dancing courses, you know, I did Muay Thai. So I was always on a path, which was very good for me. Yes.
So, you know, other than these acting workshops and dance trainings and all of that, what are the preparations that undergo, you know, when you know that, acha, I have to become an actor, I want to get into this industry. Ek to chalo aap craft seekhte ho, you know, you learn the technicalities. But is there also like this entire process of grooming and, you know, how to carry yourself in public, all that also, is there a training for that, or you learn that?
No, you learn it the hard way. You learn it the hard way. Yeah, because I believe that as an actor, even not just as an actor, usually क्या होता है, for actors it's more about how you look, you know, which is a part of your profession. It's not something that we do because of our own choice. It's just that it's a very glamorous industry. So I think that glamorizing yourself, looking the way, making your hair, your clothes, that's a very big learning process.
Okay.
Even today I'm still experimenting.
Achha.
So yes, coming back to your question, there was a lot of things which I had to think about. But again, I was too young to understand them. I
Right.
knew that there is a way I need to present myself because it is the job. I knew that there is a way I need to talk. It's a part of the job. But I was undergoing all of that while doing it at the same time. Like if I'm giving my first interview, I know this is a part of it, but I'm also learning. Yeah, okay, next interview में क्या देना है, next photo shoot में क्या करना है, फलाना फलाना.
You know, I very clearly remember watching the trailer, the teaser for Jimmy, this boy in a black netted shirt and a pant,
Yes.
dancing, doing moonwalk on the big screen. And I remember the fascination that came around with the teaser and the trailer initially. Uske baad, when the film released, everything went downhill. What happened?
What happens to everybody? Like I think what happens as a human being, I think unfortunately we all go through it. But I think there is a lot of fortune also there, because I have read stories of other boys and girls who have the same hopes and dreams. अभी किसके नहीं है आप बोलो, किसकी उम्मीदें नहीं है, किसकी इच्छाएं नहीं है, किसके dreams नहीं है. But then I think that once you come crashing down, once you hit rock bottom, the only way is up again.
Yes,
So I
right.
am very thankful for all of those, failures in my life, and I'm very thankful that after Jimmy, I had to understand the actual way of coming up again. Because अगर आपको हर चीज दी जाए, तो आपको उसको अहमियत नहीं है.
True. Right.
Suddenly from grace you fall down. So of course it's a very big setback, But then those setbacks should define you as the person you are. They should not make you disappear. Like I have always believed in the beauty of my dreams. Aaj bhi, whenever I wake up, I keep telling myself I believe in the beauty of my dreams. And now to after Khaki, to my next step is just begun. It's not like I can sit like this and say yes, what? No, now I'm more hungry. Now I'm like,
Yes.
what can I do next again? So that is what Jimmy taught me. Never to take anything for granted. Never. Like I never take anything personally. One, and never take anything for granted. No.
But I am very sure that initially, so what happens is, as a youngster, as a young boy, we all see that dream. एक वो सपना होता है अपने आप को बड़े पर्दे पर देखने का. That dream comes true also. But then the criticism that comes with it, and I remember Jimmy के लिए the kind of criticism that came became extremely harsh at one point in time. And if I'm not wrong, you were 24 that time.
Yes.
So, a 24-year-old dealing with all this kind of criticism, what was the headspace like? What initial reaction, of taking it all in? What went behind? How did you, deal with the backlash?
It was a lot of anger, I guess.
Okay.
Because, like, as you said, okay, I did not expect it to be that bad. Like, nobody expects anything to go bad in life, honestly.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm practically telling myself that majority might like me and the majority might find me okay. But then it turned out to be something which is completely unplanned for. So then the backlash which I got it was something for me was like, why is this happening? It's not that bad. Because in my head, it's not that bad. But shayad un log ke liye hoga. You know what I mean? Today when I look back at it, today none of that affects me. None of it. Like आज अगर आप मुझे कोई article भी पढ़ा दो, कि समझो let's say that you have an article of some critic or somebody telling me something bad about Jimmy, I'll just read it through like nothing happened. Because of the will that I have today. Today now nothing affects me. Today if I get a chance, I even reply to all the trolls and they don't reply back.
Okay.
ऐसा होता है. Yeah. Like if somebody is making fun of me, I will reply to the person. I'm saying that, I apologize for making you feel this way. But then the person doesn't reply back. It's that way. Back then, that all wasn't cool for me. Of course, back then there was not social media.
Yes.
17 years ago, social media is not the way it was today. So it was all in the papers and it was all in the news and everywhere. I'm like, yes, I was very angry. But then today I realized that anger only destroys yourself. It doesn't destroy the world. You get angry, what do? You want to destroy the world. You want that, the pain I'm feeling, I want the other person to feel. Like I just finished shooting for Haunted 2. So in one of my co-stars, we were having this conversation that, how about how every boy and girl has to go wait in line for an audition. Sometimes they're called and they're waited for hours and then they don't even get to audition. And then one of my co-stars in the film was saying that, when Haunted 2 becomes a hit, I will tell those casting directors and I will tell those makers that, I was the one you did not give audition for. And I said, no, that's not the way. Today I can say that. Today I say that, you have to deal with everyone with the kindness that you're giving to yourself. Because that is important. Hate is very free to roam around. We have seen it all around the world that if you use hate and fear, it spreads like a wildfire. But it is love and kindness that always wins. Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, all of these great people have taught us this, that in the end, kindness is your strength, not hate. You need to deal with everyone with respect because that is your victory. So that's what I do with my trolls. I give them the respect they want. Maybe they just want the attention. Maybe they just want to let out their frustration. कि यार मैंने अगर इसको बोल दिया ना, somewhere I feel good. I'm like, fine, man, if that's what you... Because today I'm immune to it, as I said.
Yeah.
Because there are many more things in my life which are important to me. It is not just somebody's point of view. Now you will have a different point of view of me. I'll have a different point of view of myself.
Correct.
So what matters is that how do I look at it? That's what matters.
Also, everything that happened with Jimmy, Ghar par, what was Mithun Da's reaction, Yogita ji's reaction? At that time, what was the role in, helping you
support,
out?
Immense support. Yeah. I mean, I'm their kid, and forget about being an actor, I'm their child first.
Yes.
So whatever I am today is because of my mom and dad. Whatever I am today is because of my siblings. Because I think my siblings have been my best friends, And mom, dad and my siblings have always kept a very protective, good, positive environment at home. Not once did I feel that, they are feeling bad for me or they are upset with me. In fact, they were giving me more support, more love, So I'm very grateful to my everything. My life is my family. You know what I mean?
But, I was reading that for 1 year, you did not step out of the house.
Yeah.
Us time pe were they, would they also push you, it's okay, it's one setback, go carry on?
I mean, they gave me my space.
Okay.
Honestly. Yeah. Like stepping out of the house in the context was like, after Jimmy, I just moved away from the limelight.
Achha.
That is what I would rather say. That I didn't want it to be seen because I wanted to change the way I looked at myself.
Okay.
Today I'm 40, I'm turning 41 in a few months. Today, I know everything about self-love, like how important self-love is. Back then, it was all self-criticism. Kahin na kahin, I was blaming myself. Arey yaar, I should have done it this way. I should have done it that way. I should have said this thing. I should have done that thing. It was all about me. Like the bad things in me. Today, I don't see that. Today, I see the improvements I can do in myself. It's how you look at yourself,
Okay.
So, mom and dad, my siblings gave me the time to do something like heal, basically. Like you take your time. There's no rush. You don't want to do it, don't do it. You want to do it, do it. We're leaving it to you. But we are here for you, anything and everything you need.
Right.
So that is what it was. So for me, it was all about back then when I was 25, like after 20, Jimmy came out in 24, 25, I started stepping out again.
Yeah.
So I'm literally a kid coming to think in retrospective, So I just had to take my own time. That is the most important thing. Yeah. And I think, unfortunately, everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through this kind of a thing. We just don't talk about it, because
Absolutely, yeah.
But the thing is, it's not about just the successes, and it's not even about the failures. I think it's the journey. It's all like tomorrow. I have no guarantee like the next film I do or the next web show I do will give me the same response Bengal chapter is given.
Correct.
So it's a part of life. Today I understand that. Back then it was like everything I do should be perfect, but perfection is an illusion.
But did that also some way change your approach towards the industry, the craft, the projects?
No, like for me, see, what I remember back then, there was no Insta profiles. जैसे आज क्या होता है? आज अगर कोई आपके बारे में जानना चाहे तो you just have to share them your Instagram profile. Back then it was portfolios, correct? So after that 1 year gap, which I told you, I changed the way I look. I grew a beard, I cut my hair, I changed my fashion sense, everything. So in that process, मैंने एक photo shoot भी किया. And that photo shoot is what I made a proper portfolio of like 20 pictures with different costumes and everything. And I went to every director and producer. Okay, this is my new look. Have a look. And everyone was very nice, very loving. But of course, everyone had different projects. I have to be practical, thinking that Not everybody is going to give me work. And why should they? They have their own point of view. And I myself cannot work in every project. So, karte, that's how I got haunted.
Haunted, yes.
So, Vikram sir, he saw my portfolio and he said, Mimoh, chalo, thank you. And baad mein baat karte. Like how it is, they'll think about it. But he called me that very same day. And then the next day I signed Haunted. So, that's destiny.
Absolutely. But kahin na kahin, with this scrutiny also, did it ever form a template about, you as an actor somewhere?
As in?
As in, like I remember Vikram sir had once said in an interview that when he signed you for Haunted, a lot of people told him, you have made a mistake.
Yes,
yeah.
Don't take him. Yeah. No, because this is right after Jimmy, right?
हाँ तो वो एक impression industry में भी बन जाता है कि अरे because his first film is not worked, let's not work with him. Was there ever a case like that?
Absolutely. See, this is not just with me. If I am only known for my last release, as you said.
Right.
Like today, I'm very happy and grateful that Bengal chapter clicked. But as I said, if the next film or next product doesn't click, I will be remembered for that, and that is how the industry works. Because it's about money, right? It's about making money, and why shouldn't? Let's say now, see, if any producer is investing money,
right,
he will want returns. It's as simple as that. Today, if I'm coming to a restaurant, if I'm giving them money to give me food, that is how the give and take works, right? It's representation. So if I'm not sellable, why would anybody want to work with me? It's just common sense. Back then, I didn't understand that. Today, I understand it. Today, I'm like, I have completely divided my personal life and my professional life. When I go back home after giving your interview, I am the same Mimoh I was yesterday. Nothing has changed. I will go into my shorts, my t-shirt. I'm a big gamer. So I'll go and start playing my games. I'm playing Marvel Rivals now with my friends. So I'll go and play that. So I've completely learned to divide both lives. Okay. Back then, everything was together.
Achha.
Back then, क्या था सब एक ही चीज थी. My personal, my professional, everything was fused into one. But today, there's a complete divide in both of those things. Because I am more than just an actor. I am Mimoh, I'm the guy, I have this bulldog at home. I call him Bro. His name is Bro. But we call him Bro Baby.
Achha.
So whenever he sees me, he goes and picks up a toy. And he goes, like me and him keep playing. Uska hai ki, if he sees me, he'll go and say, let's play with me. Achha. Whether it's in mom's room or my room, so it's like that. So I go back home and he waits to see me, I wait to see him. So see, I'm a partner to Bro Baby. You know what I mean? I'm a son to my parents. I'm a brother to my siblings. I'm a husband to my wife. Yeah. So there's so many more roles that I play. Today I know that. Back then, no. Yes.
With Haunted also, the film came. Everybody spoke about it. But उसके बाद फिर से काम नहीं आया. Like
destiny.
Yeah, it is destiny. It was, in a way destiny, but kahin na kahin, was there, did you ever try to find out what went wrong, or was there something that you were doing wrong or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think that today when I think about it, we human beings, we get trapped in the whys.
Yeah.
The why. Q.
Okay.
Because I believe, see how we all are sitting here, okay, having this conversation. Mm-hmm. There is a reason you are sitting here with me. There is a reason I'm sitting here with you. Everybody is intertwined by something up. I do believe in that. Today I've become, in today's phase of my life, I've become very spiritual. Okay. Because I believe that everything kahin na kahin is connected. Today, I can tell you about Jimmy within a heartbeat and not get affected because that's destiny.
But after Haunted also, was there a time where, you changed your look again, got a portfolio done, reached out to producers?
No. I think that, I think even today as an actor, it's very important to keep improving yourself. Now, even after Haunted, it was like, I know I've gotten a hit, I know that people know me now, that's important. But then again, I was still bhatko fine. कि यार ना इधर का हूँ ना उधर का हूँ. पहले क्या था जिमी के बाद because it did not click, so I knew that I had a flop. Now after Haunted I had a hit, so then that became very confusing for me. कि यार I have a hit now, but then it's not making sense to me. But then after like a couple 7-8 months के बाद offers started coming in, people started talking about me, कि यार considering me. फिर धीरे-धीरे करते then one thing led to the next. Then Enemy happened,
Yes.
Yeah, and then Ishq Dariya, then I did a Bengali film called Rocky.
Yeah.
So then धीरे-धीरे it started coming into place. Yeah.
But also there was, so while there were offers coming, there were also situations where, you were signed for films and then the film would not go on floor or something would happen, you would get replaced or something like that would happen. At that time, what was like, as somebody who was in the industry already, what was that kind of nudge that Mithun sir gave you at that time, or what was the kind of support that he lent you?
See, as I told you, like his support, like mom and dad's and family support was always there, and he used to always give me his examples.
Okay.
Like whenever I would get disheartened, like as I told you, like nobody likes being rejected. It is just basic human nature. But then I was luckily what happened was जैसे आपको मैंने कहा that everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
So what happened was during my times of auditions and meetings and rejections, I started building a lot of hobbies and activities for myself.
Okay.
Whether it is blogging online or whether it is gaming or whether it is writing or doing courses or finding things, working out, whether it's Muay Thai, CrossFit, like I would keep myself occupied. Something with relation to the field.
Okay.
Because that was my passion
Right.
since the get-go. So if I'm not going for auditions, I'm either in a CrossFit gym. So like for me, I always had some activities to do because I found activities to do. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. You need to keep this guy busy.
Yes.
So I found things to be busy with in relation to films, in relation to entertainment. कि यार चलो एक mixed martial arts कर लो. It might help me somewhere. CrossFit कर लो. So it might give me strength. Whatever. Like I did a script writing course a couple of years back. So I'm like, chalo, ye kar lo. Something to do with films was always interlinked in my life. So that was there. And then, as I told you, Dad gave me his examples. He's saying that, whenever you feel that, life is being unfair to you, just remember my struggles, like his struggles.
Yeah.
And then everything would make sense to me. I'm like, my father has gone through 10,000 times more, pain and suffering and rejections than I have. So if he hasn't given up, he never gave up, who am I to give up? So that his struggles have always been my motivation. Like if he can do it with those adversities, why can't I do it? Why can't I wait? And I think honestly, it always comes down to the right time. वक्त के पहले कुछ नहीं होगा.
Absolutely.
हाँ, आप जितना भी आप, like I can wake up every day and I can go for a 10-kilometer run. I can, do anything. I can go climb Mount Everest 3 times if I have to. But जब तक इसमें नहीं है, कुछ नहीं होगा, कुछ भी नहीं होगा.
Sometime back I was talking to another actor who happened to tell me कि जब आपकी film चलती है, everybody around in the industry is there to lap you up. But at the same time, अगर आपकी film नहीं चलती, those are the same people who will look through you and walk by and like they will not even acknowledge your presence. ऐसा कभी हुआ आपके साथ?
ऐसा कभी हुआ नहीं है because the thing is I've been a very low profile person. I've always, in fact, Aram Nagar 1 and 2, I've been to every audition. I've been to every office for an audition. And as I said, like, the more the years passed, the more I understood that, how we take the industry has to be very, cutthroat. It's not about being cutthroat. It's about being very, very professional. अगर आप देखो, it's the head and tails. I can look at it and say that, oh, they just want you because, you are now successful and tomorrow they won't. But अगर आप दूसरे side देखो, it's about being professional.
Right.
Today, they will take the person who's making the money. It's just basic science.
Correct.
Tomorrow, might not make them money. They will not take me because everyone is replaceable. Alexander the Great was replaceable. Who are we? Julius Caesar was replaceable. Who are we? You know what I mean? So everybody is replaceable, and it is a very, very professional business. Very, 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 very clear about it. Okay, bhai, we are taking you because I'm quite okay with it. That's why I said the division. वो division करना important है. When you keep your emotions at check, when you know that, okay, I'm here because of my work, nothing will affect you. And I go home and I'm a different person altogether.
Right. But today's social media trolling does a damage to a certain extent, which I think so can also be controlled to a great extent. Like, the trolling that comes in. But उस time पर articles जब आते थे newspapers में, या there were reviews which criticized, what was the kind of damage they did?
The damage, I won't say they did. It just was a setback actually, because I remember meeting Abhishek Bachchan. He told me that, and he's also gone through all of this.
Yes.
And he has become such a big star today by his own, with his own charisma and own fights. So he told me, no matter what the world tells you, never stop believing in who you are. You fight them back. So I still remember that today. So and as I said, like everything what I read was a stepping stone to something else, because I'm like, okay, fine, this person today is telling this to me. I just have to improve myself. Like as you told, like, today social media is way more critical than an article. Because क्या होता था तब articles में you couldn't write curse words, you couldn't say horrible things to a person.
Yes.
Today you can, but today you can also report them. Today you can ban them. But again, if somebody wants to troll you, they'll find a way. They'll make another account with another email ID and they'll sign in, whatever. But that's a long process. But my point is that back then it was just stepping stones, because I knew that, okay, if I knew that this is the world I'm getting into. Because it's a very as you said, it's a very glamorized world. It's a very open world.
And through all of this, one person who stuck with you was Salman Khan.
Yes.
Like an elder brother, he was always there for
you. Always.
How did that friendship with Salman Khan begin in the first place? And then how did it, reach to this elder brother Bhaijan level?
See, Bhai, as we all know, he's a very loving man. Very, very loving man, very giving man. And Bhai and Dad have been very close.
Yes.
For the longest amount of time. In fact, their friendship is something which I look up to. Like whenever Dad and Bhai meet, it's like they have been the best of friends forever. Because they both are busy in their lives. But whenever they meet, there's amazing chemistry which they both have. And that same love he's given to me. The same love. He never says no to anything. Of course, now he's extremely busy. We all know that. But whenever he gets time, whenever I want to talk to him, he's always there. So that I'm very fortunate that I get to get that love and attention from him. And not just him, even Shah Rukh Bhai has done that for me. And Abhishek Bachchan has done it. John Abraham has done it. Arjun Rampal have done it. Because they all worked with Dad.
Yes.
So I have been very fortunate to meet these amazing people. And whenever I met them, they've always guided me to do something better in life. It's very, very rare that you get, because in our industry, as you said, it's a very cutthroat industry. It's a very competitive industry. But when you meet people, when you meet superstars like this who are willing to give advice to you for your betterment, then I think I'm very fortunate. So Bhai has always gone out of his way to do something or the other for me. Of course, because of his respect, I don't want to get into the details. But what I can say is, I love him for that, and I am very grateful that he's done it.
But you remember the first time you met him?
First time, and in fact, see, I remember in Ooty, he had come for shooting. So, I think was it Ooty or was it in Delhi? I forgot. But I remember he had come to Ooty. So he was sitting with Dad, and Bhai had this, bandana he was wearing, and he was wearing a white t-shirt, with his muscles and all, jeans. And that aura that man had, my God, even today he has it. So he was sitting in Dad's office and talking to him, and he said, Mimoh, meet Salman, like, Bhai and everything. So he was like very loving. I was a kid back then. So just meeting him, and I remember I had this Polaroid camera.
Yes.
So I told Dad, please, aap meri photo lona, because it's Salman Khan, And we took a photo, and I went to school and showed it to everybody, to my friends. Yes, I took a photo with Salman Khan. So the same thing with Shah Rukh sir also happened. He was in Ooty. So they were staying in the Monarch Hotel, our hotel, and he was shooting for Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. So imagine King Khan, he comes to our room. He's sitting with Dad, and then he opens my PC to play flight simulator with me. He's showing me and my brother flight simulator, and we are looking at the screen. But me and my brother Mimoh, we're looking at each other, and like, you guys, now who's sitting right here? It's Shah Rukh Khan. It's like King Khan is sitting right here, and he was so nice. He was like, it's like one of our teachers showing us how to use flight simulator. So we've been very fortunate that way. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Also, so how did you meet Madalsa, and how did that story begin?
See, Maddie's mom, Sheila David. So we did a film together called Hamilton Palace. Unfortunately, the producer Salim sir, he just passed away. I heard the sad news. So we met on the sets. Sheila mom and me. So we always knew each other since we have worked with each other, and that's how I met Maddie Madalsa. And just we were friends, but we were like, hi, hello, kaise ho, that kind of friends. We met maybe once or twice a year, Vaisa. So we always had some familiarity with each other, but we did not know each other. And then the concept of, marriage popped up, because her dad has worked with my dad. I worked with her mother. So there was kind of a similarity over there. And then I just started talking to her. She just started chatting with me one thing led to another, and then I told her ke, my dad is very much into astrology, so why don't you give me your birth details to see about your future and everything. So I did, and then I gave the birth things to dad, and he said ke, you guys are a good couple, you guys will just for just the excitement. So I told her कि देखो डैड ने तो कहा आपके बारे में बहुत अच्छा है, but ये भी कहा है कि अगर आप और मैं अगर एक साथ हो जाए तो फिर और अच्छा होगा. So I planted the seed in her head.
Okay.
She found that very intelligent, very smooth way to DM her in a way, as today's lingo, as you say.
Yeah.
So then we started talking, and then one thing led to another. So yeah.
And Madalsa has been a part of a very big show, Anupamaa.
Absolutely, yes.
How was that journey like? When of her working with Anupamaa and back home as a partner, as a husband, the show, the kind of reach it had. What was your reaction to the the popularity, the stardom that her character also had?
Completely blown away. Like none of us imagined it would be the way it is. Like even today when we go out, 90% of people stop her and say, Kavya, ek photo dijiye. And girls and women of all ages. It's not just we say that soap dramas, daily soaps are for the housewives. No, I think Anupamaa penetrated every generation.
Absolutely.
Whether it was the young girls to the elderly to the middle aged, it penetrated everyone. And her role was a very strong character. Yes. Kavya was a woman of today's generation. Anupamaa still has little bit of a mixture of everything, but Kavya was very strong-headed, and she stood up for what she believed in.
And she wasn't evil. Like there was a good side to her.
Absolutely.
Also. That getting that validation from the family, that that always was there.
Absolutely.
But were you around when she got this show offered, and what was her initial reaction like?
As I said, it was at the peak of COVID.
Yes.
It was the first year of COVID. I think COVID hit us in March, and in July she started shooting. So it was under very extreme conditions where she was shooting. We did not know how the world is going to turn out, but she took the dare. We all supported her for it, and she said, "Okay, let's give it a shot." In fact, it was Dad, Mithun and my dad, saying that if you ever get a shot in television, take it, because Dad himself says that the generation today knows him because of television.
Yes.
Like of course his films are there which are legendary, but because of Kya Baat and Grand Salute, today I've seen in airports young boys and girls coming to Dad and saying Kya Baat, Kya Baat, Kya Baat. So that's because of television. So he always told her and me and to all of us that if you get a good opportunity in television, never let go. So she took the leap and it became bonkers, blockbuster, mega stardom. Like everywhere she goes, it's Kavya. It's Anupamaa ki Kavya. So it's such a proud feeling as a husband what she's done. Like because I've seen her, right? I've seen her waking up every day by 5, leaving by 6 o'clock, being on set by 7, till 9, 10 o'clock in the night, come back home. Like she would fall asleep while eating food. She would be so tired. Because it's like so much of work in television. But she never gave up. And today what she is, it's because of her.
Absolutely. And for you, Khaki, what an amazing role. It is so gripping, and while I haven't seen the full show fully, but I know that from the beginning till the end, your character is going to have that kind of a vibe that it has.
Thank you.
How did this show happen?
So it's an amazing story, and I think that as we are talking about what happened in the past and how I was, like as I told you, like in the past after Jimmy and after Haunted and everything, from anger it led to confusion, from confusion it led to boredom, from boredom it birthed something activities. You see how the downs led to the ups. So why am I saying this is because it's because of the ups that I got Khaki. I did this show called Revolution, Padai Ki Ladai. It's coming on Amazon.
Yes.
It will be out soon, maybe this year. So I had many co-stars in it. Gaurav Sharma and Happy, two names which I'll never forget. So we have this WhatsApp group where we share casting calls with each other. अगर आपको कोई recommendation आया तो आप मुझे भेजो, मैं उनको भेजूंगा, फलाना. So we have this thing, we keep this circle on. So they recommended कि यार एक casting call आया है खाकी के लिए, because I knew about the Bihar chapter.
Yes.
In fact, I'm sorry I'm going a little bit diverted. Bihar chapter, I'll tell you. As I mentioned to you, I was doing a script writing course. Correct? So that was at Actor Prepares, Anupam Kher's acting studio. So Mayur Puri sir, who's written Om Shanti Om, he was our script writing teacher. So he was hosting the cast of Khaki BR chapter in school. So I was amongst the student faculty. I was sitting with the students because I'm amongst the script writers. Karan Thakur is a very good friend. So he was there and he was one of the guests, Nikita Gandhi was there. Everybody was there. So they were having question answers with Mayur sir. Cut to, I told Neeraj sir that, sir, I was a student asking questions for BR chapter. Now I'm part of the Bengal chapter. So that was like, again, destiny, So then, because of the BR, coming back to things, so because of BR chapter, it was like, I got a call that, casting requirements. And I gave the requirement. I messaged, Rudra, who was the casting head. I'm like, bhai, I'm Mimoh, I would like to audition. So yeah, okay, bhai, yeah. He gave me the dialogues. I'm like, ये आप self test बना के भेज दो. मैंने भेजा, जैसे as every actor should do.
हाँ.
No call back, nothing. I'm like, chalo, theek hai, maybe they did not like it. Whatever, there are thousands of reasons which go behind it. But then after 10 days, he contacted back. He said कि आपका audition sir को पसंद आया, Friday film works को. They're calling you in the office. I'm like, yes, I got the part. You know what I mean? Because they've called me to the office. So I met Deepak Bhai. Deepak Bhai is the day-to-day head of Neeraj sir's thing. He runs the entire thing. So I didn't meet Neeraj sir. So I met Deepak sir. He said, and he started with this very famous dialogue saying casting ho chuki hai. And I'm like so close, so close.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I won't give up. But he said, okay, if you are interested to work with us, we will put an interest in this as well. We'll get back to you. I'm like, okay, sir. But I told him before leaving, sir, I've seen Neeraj sir's work. I'm a big fan of his work. It's my dream to work with him. And of course, I would be so thrilled to work in Bengal chapter. Even if you can't give me this role, even if you make me a vase or a tree, I'll be the best tree for you. But I want to be a part of Bengal chapter. Because it's the opportunity to be in a Netflix show of Neeraj Pandey. He smirked, he smiled, and said, okay, chalo, that's good, we'll get back. Again, 10-15 days, no call back, nothing. I'm like, fine. And again, I was playing game, as I told you. I was playing Battlefield 1 and Deepak sir called. He said, okay, Mimoh, you're on board. Come tomorrow for the script reading, dialogue reading. And I'm still very hesitant. I'm like, I didn't tell anybody. I'm like, okay, fine. I went to the office. I met Akanksha there. My co-star, Akanksha Singh. So then I met the directors, Tusharda, Department. I read the dialogues of the first episode, which you saw.
Yes.
So I read those dialogues and everything. Again, I went back home. I'm like, it's fine. Then I did a look test again at the office. That's where I met Neeraj sir.
Okay.
For like, I think 10-15 seconds because he wanted to check the length of my mustache.
Acha.
Okay, थोड़ा सा इधर कम कर लो कि ज़्यादा कि कम है. That's all. And he said, hi Mimoh, welcome aboard. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, Neeraj sir telling me this. It's freaking big, but I'm like, let's play it cool. And did the look test, everything. Then came the shoot date. I'm still very hesitant, mind you. Because as you mentioned to me before, this has happened to me before, right? So I go on the sets. It was a 6 o'clock call time. 5:50, me and my boys reached. Then Mihika comes in. She's the production head of Sir's production. Gets me a bouquet and says, welcome to Khaki, the Bengal chapter. And that's when I knew I'm officially part of the Bengal chapter. So that's how I got the Bengal chapter. Yeah.
But before the role you've actually played, the role जिसका casting हो चुका था, वो कौन सा role था? Like
no, that was a scene which was a part of the actual thing.
Okay.
जो मुझे audition जो दिया था, वो जो dialogues थे, वो था, that scene was not required in the original story. But that was part of Himil Majumdar's character. Himil का ही मुझे दिया था.
Okay, अच्छा.
हाँ. But उन्होंने बोला था कि what actually I should thank Neeraj sir and Deepak sir for this because they enhanced Himil's character once I came on board. Like Akanksha's character and Himil's character wasn't what was originally written. Because we both came on board, they made it into what it is today.
And then sharing screen space with Prosenjit.
Mumbada, my God.
Boombada and even
Jeetda.
Like I remember I had gone to Kolkata for the trailer launch of Khaki, and my God, the audiences kept chanting Boombada, Boombada, and then they were like Jeetda, and somebody besides me was telling me, Jeetda is like the Salman Khan with the Bengal industry. So how was it working with them?
Pandemonium, because my scenes were more with Jeetda, as you see the story.
Yeah.
So with Boombada, I interacted with him one day of shoot where I was with him, and most humblest guy. I mean, like, as you said, these guys are mega stars, like living legends. And then the way they behave in front of you is like they are like just like you.
Huh.
Like I'm a newbie in compared to them, but they didn't make me feel this way. They were so down to earth, so humble, so caring, so supportive as co-stars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And Jeetda ka, I remember whenever we used to shoot, because in Kolkata we shot the show, so we had to shoot in the inskirts, like very very proper गली वली में shoot
Yes.
करना. और अगर एक ने जीतदा को देख लिया, वो जाके दूसरे को बताएगा. Within half an hour, that hundreds and thousands of people just looking at Jeetda.
Yes.
So we couldn't shoot only because of his fandom. My God, that man's superstardom, as you said, he's literally the Salman Khan of West Bengal.
Yes.
That much of fan following. But again, it's their love. You know what
Absolutely.
it is. So, and Jeetda has been an amazing, he's been an elder brother to me in this entire course of whether it is the PR, whether it's the promotions, whether it's the shooting. He's been a very strong support system to me.
Sitting today, what's the challenge, Mimoh? What's the challenge? What's the dream? What's the aspiration now at this
Just
point
want
in
to
time?
challenge, and in fact, the challenge is the next challenge. Is that
Okay.
what will challenge me next? What will make the light bulb go on again? Because क्या होता है कि, as I told you, today I have that balance in my life, but the hunger will always be there because it's not about, the hunger is not for validation. It's about giving them what they want. Because क्या होता है कि our profession is a very tricky business. It's a very thin line between proving yourself as an actor and getting validation for it. Very thin line. So I need to prove to them that I can entertain them. That requires validation, I get it, but not that much of validation where I become obsessed with it. You see? So I can't let the water spill outside the glass. I need to keep it at the right balance. So for me, it's about that challenge. For me, it's that, what is the next role I'm going to get? What is the next project I'm going to sign? Like, I would love to play the bad guy. I am dying to play the villain. Because in today's times, with Khaki as an example, you have Anupamaa as in television, you have Khaki in OTT, you have Sikandar in cinemas, you have Pushpa 2. It's a very wide spectrum of opportunities for an actor.
Right.
I think today we live in the golden age of cinema for actors because we can prove our mental in different categories.
Correct.
It's not like I just want to do hero-oriented roles. No, today that time is gone. Today you see Patal Lok, today see Mirzapur, today see these great shows which are coming. It's all about characters. It's not just कि यार ये hero की entry ऐसे होगी. That's the cinemas. You will see Bhai's introduction Sikandar like that because that is meant for the big screen. Today you will see a Pushpa 2 like that. But in OTT you can change that. You can challenge that. I want that challenge. I want to see what I can prove myself next. Like now with Haunted 2, it's a completely different leap from Haunted 1. 14 years after Haunted 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
14 years ke baad Haunted 2 is being made.
So yeah, as I said, it's all about destiny. It's all about fate. Like abhi Haunted 1 hit hui thi. We could have made Haunted 2 immediately. But it just wasn't meant to be. So today what we're doing with Haunted 2, the teaser is going to come out soon, the poster is going to be unveiled soon, the release date is going to come out soon. Okay. So we know exactly what we are getting into with Haunted 2.
Vikram says only directing
Vikram Bhatt
it.
is directing
And who's opposite you if you can
you
tell
will
us?
know so.
Okay.
You will know so. I have to, it's an NDA right now, but very soon you will know. And we are very proud of the product. We are very proud of the way it's been made. Of course, now it's you and them who will decide. But as an actor, it has been a great challenge and a very satisfactory challenge. कि यार ये मैं कर पाया ये.
Right.
That's what I want.
Also, don't mind me saying this, Mimoh, but you negate this entire debate of nepotism. जो एक impression है कि star kids के लिए life is very easy and उनको तो you just launch in the industry and you just get work. There is that impression when it comes to nepotism. What is your take on nepotism?
See, as you said, it's a very, you gave me the answer in your question that it is an impression.
Yeah.
It's not true. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, see, क्या होता है now? Why is nepotism given such a bad rep? Now, if there's a boy and girl living in a family of chefs, they'll be attracted towards food. Same thing goes with lawyers. Same thing goes with doctors. Same thing goes with engineers. You're attracted towards that world. Your first question was, and how was it growing up?
Yes.
We have been exposed to this world since we were kids.
Right.
So as nurturing happens, you are attracted towards something you're exposed to the most. You know what I mean? So whoever comes, we just know people. Like I will know Salman Khan. I know Shah Rukh Khan. I know these big, great people. But they don't owe me anything.
Correct.
They love my father. They don't even owe my father anything. My father doesn't owe them anything. They have mutual love and admiration for each other. So there's a familiarity. That is it. I can go to Salman Bhai and ask him, "Ki bhai, how are you?" That is familiarity, but nothing beyond that. Uske aage kismat hai. Because
True.
what happens is, whenever there is a boy and girl who is from the film lineage, I won't even use star kid because I think that's a bad word
Yes.
to use. That's like a sus word for us. Yeah, like a curse word for a star kid. No,
I like the Gen Z lingo you have. Let me tell you that.
thank you. No, all my gaming friends are Gen Z, so I learned from them. So, so that's like, I don't believe that's like the right word to use. It's from the film lineage, from the movie lineage, what they know. They will be given the opportunity, but in the end, it is always your mental, your hard work, your talent, your thirst and hunger, and above all, your destiny.
Very true.
So I'm the poster boy of anti-nepotism. I
Right.
think, and I'm very proud of that. But I don't think any other boy and girl also deserve that. Because see, now who doesn't, as I told you, who doesn't want to make it big? Who doesn't want to feel loved and admired? So I think everybody deserves a shot. Everyone deserves an opportunity.
Also, I'm sure as an actor, तो over these years, this journey has made you very thick-skinned. But ऐसा कभी भी होता है कि any comment now affects you because, a few days back, I was reading a very ridiculous comment that was there on the. So I think so. I was watching something. I think so in the trailer only. आपको शायद there is a part where you were there.
Yeah.
In the trailer, and somebody had commented, "अरे इसकी तो आवाज Donald Duck जैसी है." So, I find that coming from a very ridiculous place. But as an actor, when comments like this come as a public figure, as a celebrity, does it affect you?
No,
Now?
it'll pinch for a second.
Okay.
Very honestly, if somebody walks in through that door and tells me that I look ridiculous, somewhere in the back of the mind, it will put that thought in my head. But then what happens is now I found the trick. It's not even a trick. It's like actual realization. I ask myself at that point when I'm in a stressful situation, whether it's a negative comment or a negative review or whatever, I'm like, will this thought which I'm feeling matter to me when I go for my next interview? One. Will this thought carry on tonight when I go home? Will this thought continue in my dreams? No. So then it just withers away. That is the trick now. Because I'm like, yes, when you read something, who won't like, yaar, sir, aapne bahut acha kaam kiya. अरे यार इसकी आवाज ऐसी जैसे आपने कहा. So both are very extremes.
Yes.
But it's both I cannot carry. I cannot carry the good word, good
Yes.
compliment also, because then somewhere my brain will start thinking that is the actual truth. Okay, that is who I am. No, that is a response from them. That is not who I am. So both of them I have to take it that way. The negative and the positive. The positive I am grateful. The negative I ignore. That is a trick which I have learned.
But you also mentioned that you sometimes respond to these trolls.
Yes.
What is the response like? Like what is
No,
the kind of response?
I like, let's say now somebody says कि इसकी आवाज Donald Duck जैसी है. So I will reply to him saying that I will definitely try to improve my voice for the next one. And then they don't reply. Because क्या होता है? This is what it is. It's a very fascinating thing that when you reply to someone who hates you with kindness, they don't know what to do.
It's kind of putting them in a spot.
Yeah, you need to always respond in kindness if you want to. I'm not saying everybody has to. I'm not saying कि किसी ने मुझे अगर death threat दे दिया तो गले मिलो. Not at all. I'm just saying that for a laugh, try it. It really works. It really works. Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you. But everything that we've spoken about right now, if Mimoh has to write a little note to himself saying, "Dear me," what will Mimoh write?
Dear Mimoh, I would only say be kind to yourself. That's all. Because I think that while growing up, I was very harsh with myself because of all the setbacks. I was very critical. I was very, very like, Mimoh, you, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Today, it's like, no. Today, I believe that, I need to thank myself for everything that I have been through, because I never gave up on myself. There's a part of me which never gave up. There have been times when I'm like, why am I doing this? But then that teeny weeny voice in my head always said, you can never give up because of the beauty of your dreams. I will go back to Mimoh and say, be kind to yourself. Don't be so harsh, because in the end, you will thank yourself for it. So that's what I will say.
And when do we see your first direction?
Not now. As I said, I've just started, getting in this new sphere of my life, new phase of my life.
Okay.
So yes, eventually, yes, in fact, I would want to give a little snippet of Haunted to you. When we were shooting for Haunted, Vikram sir came up to me. He says, Mimoh, you should direct.
Okay.
He told me this. Like Vikram Bhatt, being a legendary director, comes and tells me, Mimoh, you have the knack of directing, you should direct. So that was a very big compliment for me. So yes, eventually yes, but not now. Not anytime soon.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much for removing time and talking to us. It was a pleasure.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you.